When we lift weights, we consider how many sets we do, how many reps, how much rest between sets. But one of the other variables that we talk about where there's a bit of confusion is this word called tempo. Tempo just simply means the speed that we want you to perform the exercise. There is a huge difference between doing squats with a 10-second lowering speed versus a 2-second lowering speed, which means that the muscle is being recruited in different ways. Sometimes we want you to move slowly and sometimes we want you to move fast, but generally we want one of the contractions when the muscle lengthens, when you lower the exercise, we typically want that to be slower than gravity. And then the shortening, the lifting, we typically want that to be faster. So how do we tell you what speed of movement we want the exercise to be performed? Well, we give you a tempo prescription, and it's almost always written as 4 numbers. Now, some movements, and this is where it gets tricky, begin with a shortening, and some movements begin with a lengthening. So to standardize it and make it really easy, when we write the tempo, the first number is the seconds of the lowering. Even if it starts shortening, the first number is written how slow or what speed you're moving when the muscle is lengthening. And then, is there a pause or not? So the second number, if it's a 0, no pause, just return. And if there's a 1, 2, or 3, that means pause for 1, 2, or 3. The third number is the shortening, the lift. And that's generally always 1 second. And then after that, whether we're pausing or not. Summarize, 4 numbers are the lifting speed. The first is how long we want you to lower. We always want you to break gravity. So it's typically 2, 3, 4 seconds. Whether you pause or not, the lifting speed, typically always 1 second or an X, which means as fast as possible with good form, and then whether you pause again. This is important because the lengthening contraction is where all the magic happens for muscles. In studies that have looked at lengthening only versus shortening only versus both, have shown that it's the lengthening that creates most of the gains in muscle and strength rather than the shortening. So we always want you to spend a little bit of extra time stopping gravity and making the muscle work for you.